Hey guys, it's Katie here from Katie Creative, and it is my mission to help you build a brand that you love. So today we're going to talk all about 4 ways that you can stay creative and inspired in your business. So as a business owner, there's nothing worse than when you feel like all of your creativity and all of your ideas have just dried up. And trust me, we have all been there. So my 4 easy tips today have really helped me, so let's get stuck right in. Number 1 is to make your creative time sacred. I know how annoying and how easy it is to just get trapped into the busyness of life, and you feel like you're forever putting out fires and different urgent things popping up. And this can seem like, it's more urgent and more important to get to than doing the creative things like writing a blog post or doing content. But we really have to make this time to be creative absolutely sacred, or it will just never happen. And usually, if you're a creative person, being creative and doing this kind of thing comes easily to you, or you enjoy doing it. So sometimes it feels like you're not even working and like you should be prioritizing other things. But the only way to really build your brand is to be creative by, coming up with new strategies or making new content, or, taking that time to think outside the box on your business. So it is essential that we make this time. And one of my favorite podcasters, Amy Porterfield, calls this tiger time. As in that you protect it like a tiger, and you really do have to be ruthless with this time. So I've recently just started making Mondays my creative time. So that means that every Monday it's a day for me to work on my business rather than in it. So that could be strategies, it could be accounting, it could be doing content, anything that I want to do that's really going to be creative and really make an impact in my business. Number 2, adding some more white space into your schedule. So we're so surrounded by distractions, from everyone and everywhere these days, that it's so important to just take some time to just have some space and do whatever it is that brings you joy, or that, brings you just some peace in your mind. So that could be running, it could be yoga, it could be going for a swim, it could be meditating, but it's usually in these times that we try and switch off that we get the best ideas. So for me, I've made it an absolute non-negotiable that every single week I'll either do a sensory deprivation float tank, which I've found amazing, or acupuncture. And this just forces me to just switch off for an hour each week. And it really gives me time to just think and reflect, and that's when I can come up with some ideas. But I don't force it either. But I've had to be really strict on this because, it's really hard to, it's really easy to just, let that go out the window if you do become busy. So again, you need that tiger time to keep these things sacred. So that is a really great way to just allow some space for creativity and allow some ideas, because, most of the time when we're just sitting at a desk answering emails and getting distracted, that is the most unproductive way to ever get good ideas or to think. Which leads us to number 3, which is having structure and routine. Now I know this sounds completely counterintuitive, and we've just talked about how, creativity is great when it's unplanned and it comes naturally during this white space. But on the flip side of that is that if you don't have structure and routine, then you're going to be always running around just responding to whatever is coming in and whatever urgent task appears. Whereas if you have a bit of routine and you know that, for example, on Tuesday and on Wednesday, you do all of your admin and you do all of your client work, then that allows you to have the freedom to invite more white space into your life and to do creativity days, content days, or even just spend a day working on your business like I do. So without that structure and routine, it's really hard to fit that in. So I love having, scheduled time that really gives me the freedom in the rest of my life to then work on other things that I love. And number 4 is to change your scenery. So, by actually being in a different physical space, it can give you a total different energy and a different mindset. You're getting to look at things from a new lens. So I love to go to a cafe, for example, when I'm working on my blog posts or creative things, because it just puts me in a different setting. And also I'm not as likely to check my emails. Now, you don't have to actually leave the office or leave home to do this kind of thing. It could be as simple as moving to the couch or moving to a different room in the building. So when I am working on my blogs and things like that in the office, I will actually just move from my iMac, which is on my desk, and I will move to the couch with my laptop. And this has just been amazing, and it just makes me, have a different energy. I'll light a candle and have a cup of tea, and it allows me to just focus on that task. It's like signaling to your brain that, we're now going into a different way of working. And there's been studies done on, the time it takes to kind of switch from task to task, because for example, it would take a different set of skills to do content or blog writing than it will to do, for example, accounting. So that's why, again, coming back to point number 3, having that routine and batching things together can really save you time in the long run. So it's good to just set up these little different areas or different spaces to do the different kind of things that you have to do in your business. So what I've started to do is every Monday before I start on my working on the business day, I'll go for a swim, and then I'll go to a cafe and just get a coffee and work on some blog posts and things like that before I start my day. And that is such a nice way to start the week. And who said that Mondays have to be so bad? So I hope you've enjoyed these tips, and I hope they will help you to bring a bit more creativity and inspiration back in your life.